Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days. He's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode. What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. Hey, before we get into this episode, I wanted to tell you about a couple of our partners. These are some of the folks that help us keep the podcast going, and they've been nice enough to offer some exclusive discounts for our listeners. Now, if you've watched us on YouTube, you all know how we love to display our kicks when we're not rocking them. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase your entire shoe, not just the heel, not just the toe, shoe trees, a number of other sneaker-related accessories. You can save 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY. You can find a link to Sneaker Throne in the description, or you can just head to sneakerhistory.com/sneakerthrone and it will send you directly to their site. Again, that's 10% off with the code HISTORY. Our friends at Prospect are the premier streetwear brand and sneaker boutique based in sunny San Diego, California. One of my favorite places. Prospect is not your typical hypebeast haven, though. They carry classic footwear from brands like Asics, New Balance, Puma, Saucony, as well as local and globally known streetwear brands like Belief, Illust, Rottweiler, Stussy, and many others. Not to mention their own Prospect label and the iconic Just a Kid from Dago collection. If you're a listener of the podcast, you can save 10% on all of your orders from Prospect through their website with the code HISTORY10. That's promo code HISTORY10 at PRSPCTSD.com. If you or someone you know is interested in sponsoring the podcast or becoming a partner with our community, get in touch with us. You can reach us by email at podcast@sneakerhistory.com, and we'll get back to you with information about how we can partner. And now for today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move!
LeBron James with no regard for human life. 12 seconds. Bryant for the win.
Iverson against Gill. The crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Three Dudes Wearing Tie-Dye. I'm Robbie.
I'm Rowan.
Here with my two gentlemen, Mike and Rowett. How's everybody feeling today?
I'm good, man. Tie-dyed up, apparently. I didn't realize that.
It is what it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
No, we had ourselves a tie-dye baby shower, and Robbie just blessed us with the fire, not only in terms of the witty bon mots that he was shouting left and right, but also the literal sun surface on the tie-dye shirt that he made before you.
No, your Chiefs hat is, it looks like it's, lids ready. That's a lids ready hat right there.
We'll take that any day.
Easily
Having seen the original pure white. that thing started whiter than, my back of my forearms. And now it has beautiful flavor and color and
seasoning.
It's gorgeous. It's well seasoned. What's funny is when I'm out back like doing work, I specifically try to rotate my forearms to like get some of this is like blinding whiteness.
Catch all of it, like
tanned a little bit. I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to walk around like this, so my forearms get it. So you got to walk around like this, and let the backside get it. Anywho, speaking of giving people a whipping on the backside, we're talking about Olympic shoes. I thought about trying to open up the floodgates even further to like, let's just go like Olympic shoes, like Germany, like China.
Ooh, that's a good
let's go. But we might have to do
rabbit hole.
an international top 5 or starting 5 sooner than later. I think the Olympic season is going to allow us to have some fun with what shoes and what kind of themes we go with. But if you're new to the game, we have each a pick times 5. So we pick 5 different shoes in a snake-like fashion. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 type deal. Snake draft. So like always, we haven't discussed who's going where or what's going how. So I think I haven't gone first in a while. Who hasn't gone first in a while?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Robbie. As you were talking, I went ahead and used random.org and randomized the draft order. You are number 1, Mike is number 2, and as always, I'm number 3.
That is the most beautiful way of doing it. That's the most fair way of doing it. I love it. So in the past, I've forgotten that we're doing it like draft style, and I've just thrown out shoes. So this time, I am specifically thinking in terms of my favorite to my not so favorite, yet still pickable shoe. So without further ado, I'm gonna quit my jabbering, and I'm gonna start it off with. So I'm afraid Mike might take it.
Uh-oh.
There's a couple. There's 2 shoes here where I go back and forth with. In my heart of hearts, I have to go with the United We Rise Hyperdunk from 2008. The most important shoe, I would say the most important Olympic shoe of all time. Changed modern basketball. Eric Avard just went ham on that beast. But
number
Kobe,
1 on my list, bro. I had to cross it off.
Number 1. Well, the other one here, I think your second pick, I already know what's going to be because it went back and forth with myself. But yeah, man, just United We Rise. You can either go like the Black Mamba shedding skin PE, doesn't matter what variant.
Yeah.
But 2016, I bought 2 pairs of that retro.
That's awesome.
That's how good I felt about it.
I feel so stupid. I thought about buying it, but it's one of those ones that just kept passing, like, oh, it'll go on sale, which it did. And I kept saying it'll go lower, and then I can't get it now because it's way too much and it's going to fall apart. So
no, I think to your point, Robbie, and I hate using this phrase because of obvious loaded connotations, but that was the shoe that made America great again from a basketball perspective, because you had mentioned 2008. Like for a while, we really were thinking, are we just going to do a second Olympics where we're mediocre at best? But the real dream team showed up, and it's been smooth sailing since, or at least until this exhibition season.
Was that the Redeem team, right? 2008?
I believe so.
I thought so. Okay.
It was.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. And since we're talking about dream teams, I guess I have to pull this sucker out. I had it on hand. So up-tempo, Olympic, Scottie Pippen, number 8 on that sucker. So I have to go with that one. Just too classic not to. One of my favorite shoes of all time. I think me and Robbie both bought this at the same time last year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so, like December-ish.
Yeah. No, it was July because they were prepping for the Olympics. And
July-ish.
COVID hit hard. This was supposed to be one of those Olympic releases. And, yeah, man, you got to have that one, I feel like.
I forgot I owned that shoe. Thank you for the reminder.
When did they retro before then? Because I bought that retro
2012. When House of Hoops did their pack, it was 2012. Then I think they might have did it again in 16. Every time the Olympics comes, these pop up again.
Okay. I think that's the one I got. And then doing the research, I didn't know Gary Payton also wore this and had like a all white colorway of it.
No, he wore the much up tempo. So there's the more.
Oh,
him and Reggie rocked the much up tempos.
Perfect. So I guess I'm up next with my next 2 picks. So I'll do a little bit of the new and a little bit of the old. So I will go with the Kobe 4 gold medals.
Nice.
And then
Nice
for my
pick.
backup. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a pair. They have been beaten up to all hell, but I still refuse to throw them out because it's just a special shoe for a special guy. And then for my second pick, I'll go the Nike Air Force 180 because we like to do the comeback.
That was my That was
on
in my
my list
top
too.
3.
Yeah, good pick, man. I got upset. I went to go buy that shoe, and literally sold out. Everything around my size was like, all right, it's just not meant to happen. But it's a great shoe. So it's my turn again, I guess, and I have to go with. It's from 2012, the Olympic gold medal pack LeBron 10. I actually put that into the Discord the other day. I really want a pair of them if someone has one floating around in the size 10.
Motherfucker.
Dude, I love that freaking shoe. The LeBron 10's like top 5 LeBron for me, and that one is like top 3 colorways of the LeBron 10 easily.
With the gold swoosh, right?
Yeah, boy, like that 3D printed gold swoosh. Because I know they had some LeBron 10s that had a flat swoosh on it, but there were a couple of premiums like the was it Crown Jewel or whatever it was that had the raised jagged swoosh, and that was one of them, the USA one.
Okay.
I had to make some adjustments to my big board. That was gonna be actually my number 1 pick. I went back and forth between that and the fuck. What should I already pick? Oh, the United Rice Happy Meal.
Where am I?
Yeah, where am I? But no, that's a killer shoe. Because you threw a wrench in my side, I'm now gonna. Here's a random pick. All right, you're not ready for this. The Zoom Flight 96 Olympic.
Oh crap! I wasn't thinking about that one.
AKA the Peginald Hardaway, or I believe Anthony is his real name. But I always call him Peginald.
Peginald. Short for
that's what Penny. Yeah, Penny for short. Peginald. But just that shoe, man. What's so funny is like in like a quick head count, I think I have 4 Olympic themed shoes. I'm not even that fucking patriotic. So like most of these shoes in the pack that we're all going to talk about, I've had multiple opportunities to buy, and it's like, don't buy them because it's like, I don't have enough space for that much red, white, and blue. Like, I don't wear tank tops like that with America. Like, so this one specifically, I didn't buy. I believe it was 2013, 2012. Didn't buy them. And I was like, I think about them all the time, but I love that shoe.
I just get suckered in for the Olympics. It's not like, July 4th, every year I got to buy a red, white, and blue shoe. But every 4 years when basketball starts really just amping up internationally, I get suckered in every time. No, even if it's one pair or multiple pairs, I have red, white, and blue crap everywhere. And I had to sell a bunch of it because it was just, like Robbie said, I don't wear it that much. It's just a feeling of like, basketball is really heavy right now, and I want to support my team. That's all it is.
Exactly. I think the same way that we thought to include the USA colorways, it's inevitable that about once every 2 years I'll end up with another pair of USA-themed basketball shoes, and it's great to wear on the 4th of July, but come Labor Day, I'm like, really? Do I need another pair?
Why'd I do this?
Yeah.
True.
So, Robbie, did you make your second pick?
I have not yet. So with my second one, I'm going with the Air Jordan 31. Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets.
We just talked about this one too. I was like, dang,
he's going to take it. It's one of the first shoes that came to mind when we started thinking about this. Like, oh yeah, Mike and I just talked about it, and I love that shoe. I didn't buy any 31s, man, and like I kicked myself in the ass about it. That's a fantastic looking shoe. This is the white with the way the red and the navy kind of like fades into, or is like fly knitted, woven would probably be the most correct word. The way that it's like the colors are woven into the side panels looks so good. Yeah. So yeah, definitely that shoe.
The one pair of 31s I own is that shoe, so now I feel even better about it. So thank you for that.
Woo.
Nice, dude.
Beer money.
Cool. So I am up next, and I'm going to deter from the red, white, and blue, but still Olympic, and I'm going to go with the metal stand fly knit racer.
Ooh.
The Volt or electric green colorway. I don't know what they actually called it, but it's the one every sport in USA wore on the metal stand. LeBron and the USA team wore them as well, of course, getting their gold medal, and they were so sick. I had to buy every fly knit I get my hands on at that point.
Number 3 pick. I like it. Somebody that slept completely on the fly knit. I feel like I was Rip Van Winkle, or was it Rumpelstiltskin? I can't even remember.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just slept on them heavy, and now I regret it every time I see somebody wearing them. With my next 2 picks, because I've got the comeback, I will go with what I thought would have been a top 3 pick, and maybe this is what Nick would have picked if he was here, the Nike Jordan 7 Olympics. I just think you need it for posterity's sake.
Yep.
It's a classic shoe. It looks good. And it's one of those rare colorways that I don't mind that they retro every now and then, because I do feel really patriotic come this time of year. So Similar sentiment to what Mike was saying. And then for my next pick, I will go with the what can I do? I'll go with the KD 4 gold medals. So I've got 4 USA themed shoes, one for Kobe, one for KD, and I may have tipped my hand with the next pick, but I'm okay with that.
No, that's good picks, man. I completely forgot about the Jordan 7 and how did I forget it? Just too many things out there. Yep. But I'm going to go back to I don't know, call it team basketball shoe, but the Huarache 2K4 Olympic in the white colorway. Mm-hmm. Fantastic shoe. I think they had a white one, then they also had a blue one, but the white one just stood out a little bit more to me.
Okay. I had to bring out something not Nike. So I'm going with the 1996 Reebok Preacher from the one Shaquille O'Neal, which is funny to me because when you think about it, like 1996 Shaq, there's such a specimen of a human being, like a one-off, a one-of-one human being in terms of construction. And could you imagine being from, I'm going to say Angola, from Charles Barkley, but it's like being from any part of the world, and it's like, well, yeah, this isn't going to be an afternoon. It's like having to go up against Shaq, and the shoes are so damn big. They have windows for days. I believe they had Hexalite in them and DMX. I don't remember, but there's these big ass window shoes on the biggest man. And I imagine being some 6'10" Serbian, like white Serbian dude. It's like, I am strongest man in village. And then Shaq comes in.
Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
no. I thought it was cool.
I'm glad you did that accent, Rob, because if either Mike or I attempted that, we might have gotten canceled. And I definitely echo your sentiments about how every non-USA basketball player must look at our team as the finalist of all bosses in video games ever.
So that's 100% true. Like Michael Jordan, intimidating. LeBron, intimidating. But it's Shaq from like a human being perspective. Just like, what am I going to do?
I mean, like, who could we even think of from a foreign perspective? Maybe Giannis, especially after the run he's had in the finals, where I'm like, holy cow, you and I are the same species, but we're not. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah. You're evolved and I'm not.
I'm regressing as I watch you play.
I'm going backwards right now.
I did something in there that wasn't Nike.
No, I'm glad you did.
No,
because
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I had to reach. So my last one, though, I'm going to have to go Mr. Kobe Bean 7, the 2012 offering without the PP gold sprinkle on it.
Yep.
So there's a version with the PP gold sprinkle on it, and there's a version without the PP gold. I want the non-gold sprinkle. Kobe, the last time we see him in the Olympics, him and a young KD, just torching people. That was fun. London was never the same.
No, I was going to say, this is going to be a very big brag. It's not going to be a humble brag, so bear with me, listening audience. But wearing the Kobe 7s in London during the Olympics was probably the height of my swag because we were able to get tickets. We were able to be a part of it. And, yeah, just like it felt like the perfect shoe, and it's always going to be in my heart because there are a few places in my life that have generated more excitement than being outside the Olympic Stadium as Usain Bolt is running. And you're not even in the stadium, but you feel the electricity. So you don't even need to spend $100 or $1,000 for a seat in the stadium because if you're outside the stadium, because I think we were done watching the gold medal field hockey game, you just soak that electricity in and you feel like you can run just as fast. So great pick, Robbie. Extremely jealous of that.
Now I'm just extra sad I don't have my Kobe 7s anymore. So if anyone has Kobe 7s in a size 10, help your boy out. I don't care what color at this point. Now I just missed him for that. Again, it was just that silhouette had a moment. Even though they stay hurt when you play ball, I don't care. Like the shoes is awesome. All right. I guess I have to finish up with another non-traditional. And this one, I'm kind of reaching in a sense. It's not quite released, but we have actual dates. We have official images from Nike already. But it's a historic shoe to me because this is the first year skateboarding is in the Olympics. So I have to go with the Para Dunk Low, especially since Para's doing the jerseys. Or is it Para Pata? Para, isn't it? Para. So I have to go with that one because I am so stoked to watch, just the skateboarding as a whole. Between that 3-on-3 basketball, I'm ready.
I'm excited to see Nyjah Houston kind of turn into the Summer Olympics version of Shaun White, where I think for the next 4 years, this dude is going to be everywhere. And I like the fact that he's kind of doing that Lewis Hamilton thing, because we always have this mental image of what we think a skateboarder looks like. And guess what? Nyjah Houston's about to break some barriers in the best way possible. It's going to be fantastic. Man, and I really hope that we can get our hands on those kits, because I think they come out at skate shops on Sunday. Best believe.
And they come out on sneakers on Tuesday, so I'm already locked in.
Locked in?
Locked
Perfect.
in. And I'm waiting to catch my L, even though I want to speak positive things into the world, but sneakers has beat me down so much that I'm kind of nervous.
Now make sure you interact with everything. So I guess I'll go last with my last pick. I will go with the Nike Air Flightposite 2 KG Olympic colorway. I didn't even realize he had this. And the fun fact for me for this was the fact that he had a navy and blue, or a white and blue colorway for most of the games. And then in the gold medal game, he switched it out for a blue and gold colorway, which looked pretty sick. And I think it's a futuristic shoe. And yeah, we're all going to remember KG's moment from the Olympics, not on anything he did physically in the game, but hyping up Vince Carter in the best way imaginable. If I ever do something like that, where one of the visceral reactions of one of my friends is to punch me in the chest like KD did, then I know we did something.
Woo! So we're going 6-man now. So Robbie, it's your show, my man.
Go for it.
Random, but I've never had an interest in owning this shoe, but I've always liked it from afar. The Presto Olympic from the 2000 Sydney Games, and I believe it retro like last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
good shoe.
So yeah, going with the Olympic. I like the little circle thingies around the toe box. I like the print. It's a very clean look. Just again, no more need for another navy blue shoe, but I like them. They're good shoes.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. I see it around every so often. Like, man, that's a good pair, but I just can't make myself buy them. Again, same deal. It's like I don't need this colorway, but they're cool. I respect them. But I'll go ahead with my 6-man, and Roy just got done talking about the shoe and alluding to it at least, and that's the Shop BB4. These are retroed a couple times. Definitely the most uncomfortable shoe on earth, but what Vince Carter did is just remarkable, jumping over a 7-footer.
Over his head.
With extreme prejudice. Like, he beat this man like he stole something from him, and that's one of those moments, basketball in general, you will never forget, sports in general, because the reaction was that, all right, well, we're done here, aren't we? We're done.
I think that single moment did just as much as the 1992 Dream Team Diplomatic Tour, where they just kicked everybody's asses and everybody was smiling about it. That was the last moment where we were at the top of the world, so to speak, from a basketball perspective, until the Redeem Team moment.
Yep.
All right, with me, I will go for a USA colorway, not necessarily an Olympic one, and I'll go for the Kyrie 1 USA. Just, it looks like a bomb pop. It's something I always associate with summer. It's something I always wear during the 4th of July. Hell, I wore it to Robbie's summer shindig this year. So just a classic quintessential summer shoe that I think deserves some sort of recognition.
Facts. Forgot about that one too.
Very good one. When I saw it in person, I'm like, oh, that's a good shoe. Yeah, I'll go ahead and recap my 6th then. So for my 6th man, we have the Olympic Presto, Jordan 31, the Nike Hyperdunk 2008 United We Rise, the Kobe 7, I guess, system, if you want to call it that, the Zoom Flight 96 Olympic, and then the Reebok Preacher.
Nice.
How about you, Mike? What do you got?
Yeah, start from top to bottom. We're going to have number 1, the more up-tempo Olympic. Number 2, LeBron 10 gold medal, or I guess gold medal pack, whatever you want to call it. Number 3 is the Metal Stand Flyknit Racer. Number 4, Huarache 2K4 White Olympic. Number 5, Power Dunks. And 6 men is going to be the Shock BB4.
Perfect. And as for me, my starting 5 is the Kobe 4 gold medals, the Nike Air Force 180 as won by Charles Barkley, the Jordan 7 Olympics, the gold medal 4s from KD, and then my center, I guess if you want to call him that, is the Nike Air Flightposite 2 KG gold medal colorway with the Kyrie 1 USA coming off the bench.
That KG, I mean, what's one shoe from everybody they wish they could have put on there? I would have liked to have gotten something from Vince Carter on there. Not the BB4. I think it was the Vince Carter, the VC2 that had an Olympic, or the VC3 that had an Olympic. Mm-hmm. But I would like to have got Mr. Vince Carter on the list somewhere. How about you, Mike?
Jordan 6 Olympic, one shoe I've actually always wanted to add to my collection. again, got kind of lost in the shuffle of everything, but that's definitely one I would love to add to my list if we had a seventh man.
I think I would probably, I'd add a LeBron shoe just because the fact that he is missing from my Olympic list, and he shouldn't be because he's won 3 gold medals, and that's something to be celebrated. And then obviously maybe a hoodie for Carmelo because we all know Hoodie Melo is only vested by Olympic Melo. So
I'd almost like to have man, I mean, there's so many good shoes. So we completely forgot about the 6s. I had a pair of those and got rid of them. I didn't love them that much. We have the Carmelo Jordan 2s.
Yep.
There's so many Jordan PEs for the Olympics and stuff. I can't even think of the Melo Jordan 4 Olympic PEs. Mm-hmm. Lots and lots of good stuff. I mean, I think D Rose wore. He was in one of the Olympics.
I was searching. I didn't see any D Rose Olympic colorways as far as I.
No, he did the FIFA World when he was coming back from his injury.
FIFA, yeah.
So, never mind. But not Olympics.
Was there
there's so many good shoes, man. 6
as well. I don't know. Iverson, we missed his 1 shoe or 2 shoes that he wore. I can't remember what answer it was, but it was one. I think I want to say 6. But I can't remember.
I'm actually interested to see what is the heat that comes out of this Olympic run because we've got the potential for a non-Nike shoe, especially if Dame Lillard takes off the way we think he's capable of. Maybe we get that fire Adidas. Would it be the Dame 7 colorway or Dame 8?
Probably
Dame 8.
Okay. Yeah, so here's hoping. I mean, I know half of this podcast is based out of Portland, Oregon, so we would love to see Dame do his thing and hopefully stay in Portland. If not, I have a feeling he's going to go to a certain team based out of LA that Robbie cheers for near and dear to his heart.
Who knows? It's all speculation. But anywho, this has been a fun little episode. We hope you guys like tuning in with us on Fridays and hearing our starting 5. I'm Robbie. You can find me at RAHBEE 702, but most importantly, make sure you're following at Sneaker History. Mm-hmm. Mike, where can they find you?
Yep, Sneaker History first and foremost. Instagram and Twitter at MadWatcher789, and of course YouTube at Mike Guillory. Roy, where can they find you, bud?
RoadM13 on Instagram, Roheezy on Twitter. Follow Sneaker History. Enjoy everything that all of us do. So please support the crew.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, I wanted to thank you for listening to the Sneaker History Podcast. We just launched our new merch, including tees, stickers, keychains, and a bunch of other pieces you can grab to show your support for the podcast. You can purchase it now through our companion site, sittingtreasure.com. You can also get access to more episodes of the podcast by joining our Discord community at patreon.com/sneakerhistory. Plus, we've got a bunch of other fun things going on in the community, including trivia nights, giveaways, access to sneaker raffles from around the world, release announcements, and just in general, good people helping good people get the sneakers they want. Plus, we're not bought by advertisers, investors, or other big money. I'm confident in saying that we are the best sneaker community for people truly passionate about sneakers. We've also teamed up with a few partners to offer our supporters access to exclusive discounts. You can find some of those in the links in the description for this episode, and even more in our Discord. Give us a try, and if you don't enjoy it, you can always cancel the membership at any time. As always, thank you for rocking with us, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.